Hey everyone, I'm Coco,
I'm Lulu.
and you're tuned into Smart Babies Talk.
Trends move fast, but the truth moves quicker.
We bridge the gap between the daily noise and what matters most.
Fresh takes,
Hard facts.
the full picture.
You're not just watching the narrative, you're finally getting the truth behind the talk.
For sure, Coco. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the conversation. You know, I was stuck in traffic this morning, just inching forward on the federal highway, same old story, and I looked around at the other drivers. Nobody was honking, nobody was shouting, just quiet faces. It didn't feel like anger, it felt like tiredness. Not the I need a weekend getaway kind, the bone deep kind, the kind copy O also can't fix.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like everyone's battery is permanently on 10%. You charge, you sleep, you take leave, still 10%. And it's not dramatic burnout, it's subtle. You still go to work, you still show up, but inside you're flat.
Exactly. And it makes me wonder, what are we even chasing now? Because growing up, success was very clear, right? Study hard, get degree, stable job, buy house, maybe a Honda, send kids to tuition, retire peacefully. That was the script.
The Malaysian dream.
Yeah, the promise. But today, when people feel this exhausted, I don't know if that script still makes sense. Has success changed, or are we just too tired to care?
I'll be honest, sometimes I don't think it's a philosophical shift. I think people are just surviving. When salary barely covers rent, groceries, petrol, you don't redefine success, you downgrade expectations. That's not enlightenment, that's adjustment.
But is it only adjustment? Because I also see something else. I see younger people drawing boundaries, leaving work on time, not replying WhatsApp at midnight, choosing smaller lives maybe, but calmer ones. That feels intentional.
Or protective. Maybe they looked at their bosses, stressed, divorced, high blood pressure, and thought, is that the prize? I get that, I really do. But sometimes I wonder, are we choosing slower lives? Or are we locked out of the faster lane?
That's the tension, right? Expectation versus reality. Our parents bought terrace houses on one income. Today, dual income also struggle. Back then, a degree meant mobility. Now, even master's holders are doing side hustles. So if the old formula doesn't work, why keep grinding like it does? Maybe success today isn't climbing higher. Maybe it's not collapsing.
But if everyone slows down, what happens to growth, to ambition? I worry we're confusing burnout with wisdom. There's this lying flat idea floating around. Do just enough. Reject the rat race. I understand the appeal, but can we afford to lie flat in Malaysia?
Maybe it's not lying flat. Maybe it's sitting down in a game that's already overcrowded. You know that cinema analogy? Everyone stands to see better, then everyone ends up standing. Nobody sees more clearly, everyone just more tired. That's how work feels now. Upskill, network, side hustle, LinkedIn posts, personal branding, but still same salary bracket. So some people are saying, I'm sitting back down. Not quitting, just refusing to overextend.
But what if sitting down means getting blocked completely? That's my fear. Because slowing down looks very different if you have savings versus if you're juggling Grab, rent, and PTTON. For some, slow living is a camping trip in Janda Bike. For others, it's just unemployment.
True. There's definitely a gap. Not everyone gets to romanticize burnout recovery, but I also think something culturally is shifting. Our parents' generation, your job was your identity. I'm a manager, I'm an engineer. That was who you were. Now I hear people say, I do this job so I can live. It's transactional. Work funds life. It isn't life.
Is that healthier or more cynical?
Maybe both, but it feels like people are protecting their sanity. They're saying, I won't sacrifice my mental health for a company that can replace me next month. That's not laziness, that's awareness.
I agree to a point, but we can't ignore the structural stuff. Low wages, expensive housing, limited flexibility at work. You can meditate all you want. If rent takes half your salary, you'll still feel trapped. So when we talk about redefining success, I worry it becomes coping language. Like, it's okay I can't afford a house, I don't even want one. Is that empowerment or resignation?
That's uncomfortable but fair. Maybe it's both again. Maybe redefining success is partly healing and partly surrender. But here's something I notice. Younger people are less embarrassed about choosing smaller lives, less concerned about face, less obsessed with titles. They're willing to say, I earn less, but I sleep better. That's new.
It is. Last time, success was visible. Big car, big wedding, overseas holiday. Now I see people flexing flexible hours, or time with parents, or mental space. That's a very different metric.
So maybe in Burnout Malaysia, success is preservation, not growth at all costs, not accumulation, but sustainability.
But sustainability for who? That's what I keep circling back to. If only certain people can afford to slow down, then well-being becomes a luxury good, and that's dangerous.
So maybe the real question isn't whether success has changed. Maybe it's whether our systems are changing fast enough to support this new definition. Because people clearly don't want the old bargain anymore. Work yourself to the bone now, maybe rest later. That later feels very uncertain.
Yeah, and I think that's the heart of it. It's not that Malaysians became lazy. We became tired of chasing a moving target. We're not quitting dreams, we're questioning the price tag.
So maybe success today isn't about winning. Maybe it's about not losing yourself.
And maybe the bigger question is, can a country thrive if its people are constantly exhausted? Or is slowing down actually the smarter move?
We don't have neat answers, but maybe that's okay. So let's leave our listeners with this. In a Malaysia that feels permanently tired, what does success really mean to you now? That's the drop.
Now the floor is yours.
Leave your unfiltered take in the comments down below.
We'd love to hear your side of things.
Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Also, tap like and share this with anyone who needs to be in on this.
Stay sharp.
Stay informed.
See you in the next one.
Till next time.